All right, welcome back. And interesting conversations that we're about to get into. Yeah. Of course, it's Wednesday. It's 2 days. What's 2 days? Wednesday?
It is.
Hey, yeah, it is a running. Anyway,
well,
so
we're not complaining.
It's it's a consumer tech segment right now, and Mr. Stephen Nase Bwidi has joined us in the studio. He's a digital marketing consultant. He's going to help us to figure out what go-to tech tools should be. Stephen, good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Fantastic.
Been a while.
It's good
morning,
to have you
Freeman.
back here.
Good morning,
Good to
Nase.
see you.
Yeah, great to see you too. You know, so before you go on, I just discovered something,
You did?
David. Yeah, I think a couple of days ago. Do you know that you can actually get onto your iPhone, you know, by tapping the back?
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, I think
Hello.
That's the
But-
future.
But wait, which of the versions of iPhone? Because you see,
7 and above.
oh, then I should check.
I was blown away when I.
With the new
When-
iOS.
So I decided,
When you
you
say
know.
get onto it, explain.
So, for instance,
Uh-huh.
if you want to get on your camera,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you go to settings, you go to accessibility, you scroll down
Okay,
to
okay,
touch,
then you
and
change
then
them.
you go to and then you go to back button, back
Okay,
something,
okay,
you know.
okay.
So when you get there, it gives you a list of
The
like
things you can
shortcuts you
activate,
can
yeah.
do. So I selected camera,
Okay.
and then I decided to try.
Okay.
So I just double tap like this,
And
and
the
my
camera
camera
comes
opens.
on.
I froze, you know. I was like, God, how long have I even used iPhone? I never knew about
no,
this.
I mean, if you
No, but
didn't
it's a
say
new
it,
feature. Yeah,
Really?
It's not been there.
if you didn't say it, I wouldn't have known it.
Go
yeah.
and try
Yeah.
it.
No,
you
I
know?
will.
So
I
now
will.
it makes sense to me why iPhone is that expensive.
Yeah. No, I
Because
mean,
it looks like
just
it
saying,
does
at the end
too
of-
many things. Either that, phone call and text messages.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Stephen,
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
What should we have as our go-to tech tools?
Right. So today we're talking about working smart.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And hopefully we'll do it in 2 segments. Today we want to look at the simple tools that
Okay.
everybody can access. There are bespoke apps out there that you can use on platforms. So we want to start off with even just your phone.
Okay.
You've got a calendar on your phone. Now, for example, when I knew I was coming here this morning,
Yeah.
I created a calendar item in my an item in my calendar, but it also sync with my phone, with my laptop, my phone, and my smartwatch.
Okay.
Okay.
So because I also use Gmail, it even tells me if I put in the location. So I put in the location as a CCTV. It tells me how long it would take me to get here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can plan to get here.
Wow.
But today the challenge is that today, money no day, traffic day,
Yeah.
we don't want wahala.
Yeah.
You want to plan your life such that these things will help you to be able to enjoy, work smart,
Yeah.
so you can save and make use of the time that you have. So that's even just one.
Wow.
The challenge for a lot of us is that we don't even sync even the calendar. Everybody has a calendar,
Yeah.
but even create calendar. Items in it. So for me, whenever somebody calls and say, "Oh, now say I want to meet tomorrow," whatever, I say, "Send me a meeting request." So as soon as it comes, it creates a calendar item,
Automatically.
and it's synced with my smartphone and my watch and
Okay.
my phone, my watch.
So it
and in my
alerts
laptop.
you?
It alerts me.
Okay.
Just a reminder.
You know, but a lot of people use our alarms, you know, on our phones for just going to bed and waking up. And that is it.
That's a bad. The calendar is there. So
Exactly, yeah.
you've got a lot to do today. So for
Yes.
example, let's say you quick between your shows, between this and your radio show, you want to
Traffic.
probably go out and do some things.
Yeah.
So you want to plan it. Say that you know when to leave. For example, we'll give you an alert wherever
Yeah.
you are. We'll tell you, all right, you need to start setting off
Yeah.
to this place
Now,
now.
I actually use the calendar alerts quite a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of the emails that I get when people give dates and times, it creates an event automatically.
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and it will remind me a day ahead.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
tomorrow
That is it.
this
Yeah.
is
So
coming
you set
up,
a
and, you know,
reminders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can prep, appropriately. It also allows you to, for example, where you work with a team, you can share your calendar
Okay.
with a team. So other people can book tasks, book
Yeah.
appointments in
Okay.
your calendar.
Okay.
For me as well as a consultant, people will come here every time now say, can we have this meeting? Can I see you tomorrow, this and that? And I need to have a
Yeah.
view of
The different
so
things
I
that
can
are
work
going on.
smart.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you confirm appointments and then
And you even forget.
realize you forget or you
Yes.
realize you can't even get to the appointment.
Yeah.
You keep disappointing people. So that's one. It's a basic one that we all need to have. If you have it, I'll recommend Gmail as the email that you use for your calendar. So that helps you guys go Google Maps and other things in it.
Yeah. So
So you can integrate all those things. So you can be easy, able to work smart. The second one I want to talk about is just file sharing, for example. So for a lot of us that work on projects, sometimes for example, I work with people in Kenya and South Africa, and clients and also some of the team that I work with. You want to make sure that you have always got access to files that you can be able to collaborate on working on the files. So if you want to use Google Docs, for example, it means I may be working on a document. 5 o'clock, I close and I go to bed. They wake up in Kenya earlier than I do. So they can wake up when it's 5 a.m. here. They work on it. By the time I wake up, I can see how much progress has been done on it. And you don't have various versions of the files flying all around.
Same document.
Same document that you're working on. Because sometimes you find that you work on a document, somebody comes to save over what you've done. So it's not just about keeping them in the same folder. It's about using Google Docs to make sure you're working on the same document. You don't save different versions. So that's another one there. If you want to, you can grant people different access to different rights to it. So some people can just view it, other people can edit it. They can tag people. So for example, if we're working on a document together, I can tag you and give you an action quickly. So that I can ask, quickly, can you add a bit to this part? Can you do this framework? Can you put this section in there? So these are different ways we can work smart. Okay. Plus, even when it comes to traffic, for example, sometimes people will tell you, oh, I need you to send me this, whatever. Why can't I send it via, Google, Drive or wherever, or we transfer order. So you can access the document wherever you are. Print it from your end.
Yes.
So that means you travel across to bring your printed document.
We don't need all that. We don't need all these. Travel time, the frustration, everything.
I mean, there are people in this town who travel for 2 hours to get to Accra. Just to come probably for
fill a certain form,
fill a certain form, whatever.
A certain document.
Or even you when you have an electronic signature. It means people can send stuff to you. You can do that. I often say to people that one way we can get around it is if it's not, even when you need the final document to be hand signed, we can go back and forth, do all the approvals and things. Then when you print the final copy, when I get there, I can sign it. So you don't have to come back and forth, come and read it, go back, do all these things.
But even now, there's an app that enables you to sign and drag your signature, to the exact place on the form you want it to be on.
So we can go into some of these things. But I mean, you are ahead. These are all ways that we can, all work smart. So if you're working from home, say space, you can spend your whole day at home working, and you are in touch with everybody, you are coordinating everything that you need to do. Same as meetings. I mean, before COVID, a lot of us didn't know about Zoom. Okay, we only knew about conference calls, this and that. But now we can use these platforms to save a lot of time, also avoid. I used to work at a place where almost every minute somebody would pass me and say, oh, Nasa, there's this meeting. Can you come to the meeting? You get dragged into meetings that you don't really need to be in. But today, you can sit at your desk and participate in meetings all over. So in between work, you participate in the meeting, you go back to your work. Plus, sometimes the driving time to the meeting is longer than the meeting time itself.
Can you imagine?
So I recently had my team go photograph an event. It was a high level the Africa Free Trade they were having in Accra. And some of the members of the meeting were actually not in Accra. So they had large TV screens where we would see them doing their presentation. The rest of the team is in Accra. There were 3 people, I think, that were not in Accra because they had other engagements. But at the time of the presentation, they can come on the Zoom, be part of the meeting, and then go on and do other things that they need to do.
No, even with TV production, now it's been made much more easier because prior to COVID, like you mentioned, people have to come all the way to the studio. And so it meant that if we want to talk to somebody who is not in Ghana, we just have to do a phone call. With all the challenges. But now people sit in the comfort of their homes and you can reach you can talk to somebody from Kenya, you can talk to somebody from UK, you can talk to somebody in Accra. We don't have to even crowd ourselves in the studio.
You just remind me of something fantastic that happened I think it was our first month or so into the COVID restrictions period. And then there was this story that we saw online. It was a Ghanaian mother and daughter who had graduated same time from medical school. By the way, they are in Ghana. They just came, And, the fact that we did Zoom with them, they stayed up to 2 a.m. Just so that they could be live on TV with us. But they're living in the States. We are in Ghana here. We're going to experience.
I'll give another example. I call myself a retired musician because I don't play much anymore. But during the COVID, a lot of my friends who do it even wrote and produced songs from remote.
Wow. Okay.
So just using Zoom or whatever, somebody's on the in another country. I think even Sakodi and some people collaborating and produce some music.
Yes, they did that.
I mean, using
exactly.
so that's working smart.
No, for me, it was about church service, you know.
Yeah.
The fact that you are just lying down and you are really kind of... So, I mean, COVID, you know, in terms of health issues, COVID was that bad.
Yeah,
but, you know,
it really
opening our
gave us
eyes to a lot of things
opportunity.
that we can do, I think COVID was just an idea.
I mean, continue the COVID conversation. What I often say is that there are a lot of habits we've acquired during COVID.
Yes.
And some of these are going to continue.
Yeah.
We found that there are smarter ways to work.
Yes.
And we need to learn how to use them effectively. There are times when you need people in person.
Yes.
We won't deny
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
But where possible, embrace these tools so people can work smarter and you achieve a lot more.
Yes.
I mean, I work from home most of the time or from coffee shops and the rest for meetings.
Yeah.
And I achieve a lot more through that because
Yes.
before COVID, when I was in the office with my team, there are interruptions almost every minute. Somebody can you read over this for me? Can you do this? And you find that on their own, they can do a lot more. What you need is to have the right tools to manage them.
Yeah.
I think that's where in Ghana we have a problem. We want to bring everybody back to the office.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
Yeah.
You come for you have to find other places.
Yeah.
Find a way to manage their workload from remote.
And you realize that, you know, they travel all this distance and
They get tired.
and apart from that, they get in and they're making phone calls, they are sending emails, you know. So realistically speaking, you don't have to be
It's
sitting
not
there to send an email to make all the phone calls, you know.
Yeah, you can work,
exactly.
from wherever.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's another one that, I mean, those of us who have kids that we don't realize in Ghana.
Okay.
Parents get to the office in Accra and they are calling the nanny somewhere, there are issues with
Yeah.
the child. They can't even focus on work, but maybe
Yeah.
the baby is not well or something. Allow them to work from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where they know the tasks they need to do.
Yeah.
When the baby's asleep, they can do.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
make sure that they know the deliverables they're working. You can follow. Like when we're using Google Docs, for example, you can
Yeah.
know which part of the document they've got to. So, okay, let's get an update.
I mean,
all those things.
At the end of the day, I think ultimately results is what we're all looking for. At
Exactly.
the end of the day. So if the person can deliver the results you're
Yeah.
looking for, why is the timing an issue? Why is it should be results and effectiveness? I guess.
I have team calls with my team online in the mornings, so we know what's going on. We have Mondays and then daily, if need, we'll have calls. So we'll catch up. All right, this is what we need to do today. There's a new brief we need to respond to, this and that, and you work that way. It's very, very easy.
Yeah.
The last one I want to talk about is these, group chats
Okay.
apps that we have, like WhatsApp and even
Yeah.
Telegram.
Okay.
We can use them for a lot of conversation,
Yeah.
for a lot of meetings. So sometimes you don't need everybody to be there, or you don't need to drag a meeting. Just put the points there. So this is what we need to make a decision
Yeah.
on. People can start commenting. There's a deadline by 5 o'clock. Whoever needs to make a decision makes a decision based on the discussion that's gone on the platform. And the trail is there. People can follow it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So somebody who is on a project in the morning comes back in the afternoon. He sees what he needs to make an input into.
You read a
Yeah.
thread, then
Read
you
a
update
thread.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same with Telegram.
beautiful.
You can share the files there. People can view if there's even a video that you are editing or whatever. Do all those things on these platforms. Make the decision by close of the day.
And you don't really need sophisticated gadgets to do
No,
this.
that's what we focus
right?
on, those
Yeah.
basic ones everybody has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't need to own, iPhone 13 Pro Max.
No,
You don't
no,
need
for
to
it to-
own
yeah.
to be able to do this.
Yeah.
Once your phone is Android, you should be able to do all these.
Yeah. I mean, a smartphone. which
Yeah, I
these
mean,
days,
once you have a smartphone,
You
yeah.
have a smartphone. So these are basic apps and tools that everybody has on their phone.
Yeah.
There are a lot more.
Yeah.
Maybe next week or the week after we can talk about some of the
yeah.
bespoke platforms.
Yeah.
Like enterprise platforms that
Okay.
people are using for big companies and the
Okay.
rest to be able to do these.
Okay,
Yes.
fantastic. Thank you very much, Stephen. Stephen Nasser-Brady, as we said earlier, is a digital marketing consultant. And we're looking at really, really simple things that are already available on your smartphone.
Yeah.
And you should just capitalize on it and you make use of them.